Hey, so every Monday, me and my friends, we hang out and we talk, play games. Sometimes I put a video on YouTube, hanging out stuff. And I put on this one video about a small YouTuber I used to watch, because I do watch a lot of like art stuff, no matter what it is. Art community, DeviantArt, and comics. I like to read a lot of stuff about comics because I like comics. And the video was like about blacklightjack. He used to go over like a lot of webtoon stuff, a lot of like bad webtoon stuff. This video's not about him. This video's about a video about him. So me and my friend, I put it on, and me and my friends also like knew about him, about Jack. I'm just gonna call him Jack. I'm not gonna say his whole username. It's annoying. He used to watch his videos and stuff, and we were like casually watching the video, and it was like fine for the most part. It was fine until like 50 minutes in, where like stuff just got weird, and started pissing us off because it just started spouting like absolute bullshit. And it brought other people in, which I thought the video was just about Jack, to be so honest. The thumbnail and stuff just showed Jack. It was 50 straight minutes just talking about Jack. And then it's just bringing up other people and starts shitting on them, which they're not nearly as bad. Jack just did not know how to critique at all, looking back on it when I watched it. I used to watch him. Yeah. I'm not going to go over the entire video. I just want to go over like some key points that I just found that are just like, one, just really weird, or two, completely like false, or just don't make sense. Like the argument doesn't make sense at all. Jack does need criticism. It's just that this video was just did it in like the kind of the worst way. You'll see.
Mostly girls, because apparently the majority of my gender demographic is females.
So if you know your audience is mostly girls, why did you continue to call them boys in future videos?
Thanks for watching, boys.
This is such a weird argument. This is nothing. Why does this matter? Boys can be just gender neutral. A lot of the masculine terms that we have become gender neutral. Guys, what's up, man, my bro. Those are all become gender neutral. That's probably just how he's using it. Also, he does say it's just what he calls his fans. A lot of YouTubers do this. They have like some quirky name for their community. I don't think it matters that much. It's just a weird argument. At the end of the day, it's not the main issue with this guy. You should focus on like the bigger problems with him. Like it's so, what is this, to pad out? This feels like it's padding out.
Is they're so fixated on gender for some reason? Upon watching this video, the Princess's Jewels doesn't seem to be about slavery being okay when a woman does it as opposed to a man.
Okay, that's still a fucking harem story. I don't like, it's glorifying it. I don't like it when it's glorifying, okay? That's my fucking problem. I don't give a fuck what the gender is, okay? You could talk about these things and stuff in a story. It's just when it's presented as good or valuable is when I start having a problem.
Because it's not about gender. And I didn't even read the webtoon, so this video
Then you shouldn't be commenting if you didn't read it. 5 beautiful jewels. Dude, they're just called jewels. See, he calls them jewels, though. That's kind of dehumanizing, isn't it? Like, it's still objectification.
should have convinced me, but the genre is classical reverse harem. You need to take palace norms into account.
It doesn't... Oh, they live in a palace, therefore it's fine to treat them like, just items. Sexual items. Okay. I'm guessing sexual items, because we're gonna go fucking... If we're going palace, they're fucking... Oh, harems are harems, man. I don't give a reverse harem. Just a harem. Except the girls, it's men. There's no difference. There's no difference. It's still objectification. It's still glorified. And it's trash. Honestly. Just say you like this. Just say you're into it. I think I have more respect than just trying to like. Don't worry, guys. It's not that bad. My house slave gets to sleep in a bed. Like, unlike the outside ones do, so it's better. I get that. That's what gives the vibe off. What is this defending this? It's so weird. It's so weird. Like, if you're just into it, just admit that you're into it, okay?
But obviously there's a power dynamic because in an actual harem, it's normal for the consorts to be treated like objects by royalty. I see the exact same thing in some of the palace dramas I watch. The male lead literally treats his consorts like objects and all the consorts want to have sex with him, but you're supposed to ignore it because it's a palace drama and focus on the actual story, which would be something like hidden political secrets the characters try to uncover.
Okay, well you didn't read The Princess's Jewels, so you don't know what the fuck is going on in that story. It could be just her collecting it and that is it. You don't fucking know. Why are you like defending it so fucking hard?
Now I get that in Princess's Jewels there is no other story and collecting...
Oh, okay, then why did you bring up the other thing if that's what they... Because if there's more to it, then fair enough. If there's more to like the story. But if there's literally nothing else, and that's the only thing about it, then yeah, it's kind of just slop. You know, it's just glorifying the one thing, harems, and there's no substance. Why are you defending this? This is so weird to defend. You have to be like into it if you're defending it this hard. Again, I'd have more respect if they just fucking admit that. And they stop saying she. I don't know what their gender is.
And is the main story, but that's another issue. If you can't get past the setting, then don't consume the story.
You could say that about anything. Things can still be critiqued, man. Like, you can still critique stuff. It's fine. You can criticize things. It's also on the web. You can criticize it. You're criticizing a guy's videos. One could say you don't have to watch it. But you watched it to make this criticism. It's completely fine.
There was a Redditor who said that Maddie Bites is a misogynistic pick-me, and one of the reasons for this claim was that she only makes videos criticizing women, and how women always get away with it. Like, get away with writing men to be violated by the female lead because of the double standard, but doesn't make any videos criticizing creators who are men for doing the same. To give Maddie the benefit of the doubt, I just assumed that maybe she feels like she has to talk about women being problematic because she's a woman, so she feels responsible to an extent. It's kind
I thought this video was about Jack. I don't know why we're talking about Maddie now. I don't know. I don't watch Maddie. My friends watch Maddie, and they tell me that she mainly just does art videos. So maybe she's gone to like more webtoon stuff. I don't know. I don't watch her, but well, I don't get what the problem with that is. Like her just talking about webtoons that have like a more female thing. I mean, maybe she reads a lot of stuff like that, and she wants to talk about it. Would it be better if a guy did it? You don't want it if a guy did it. I guess I get the argument. It's like, oh, she should like also critique other stuff. Let her talk what she wants to talk about. I don't know.
Jack made the mistake of creating videos hating on indie or Canvas webtoons instead of sticking to the ones officially published by the webtoon platform.
I don't think he has to stick with just the ones officially. You can critique anything. You can criticize anything, okay? It's fine. I mean, I'm making my own manga, and I want it to be critiqued because I want to be better, or I want to get better. It's fine. Anything can be criticized. There's nothing is perfect. And everything can be improved. Like, it's fine. I do not understand people getting so heated when something they like gets criticized. Like, at all. I don't understand this logic. Oh, I really like that. It is... How is it perfect? How dare you say one... How dare you say one thing that's wrong? It's so weird. Just learn from it. I don't understand this. Or, ignore it. I get that Jack can't critique at all. He doesn't know how to actually properly criticize. A lot of people don't know how to properly criticize. It is somewhat of a skill. I mean, you can't just say something is like, it sucks and just be done with it. You do have to like give pointers of how to improve it. So I get the whole thing with like Jack not doing that. Anything can be criticized. I think you're just this person later on. I'll show it, but like this person later on literally just starts just dick writing any webtoon, like all of them that get brought up that do have actual genuine issues, pretty bad ones. And it just baffles me. I think they're just blinded by the fact that they really like the site, which is fine. You can like a website. You don't have to get... It just seems like they took it personally.
Which is generally considered to be unnecessary at best and immoral at worst.
I don't know who's calling critiquing indie stuff immoral. I do not know. Who is... yes, I can't criticize this because it's protected by the fact that it's made by a random guy. You can critique anything. Again, you can criticize anything. Jack himself just did not know how to criticize stuff properly.
In the webtoon community, he was silenced, in his own words.
Didn't that actually happen, though? I remember this happening. Didn't this actually happen? There's also this webtoon. You shouldn't defend this webtoon. I'm just saying. Fucking, this webtoon, The Fate, is about like a predatory teacher, high school teacher, grooming his teenage high school student. And it's romanticized. Don't defend this. It looks weird.
Teacher-student relationships, inappropriate power dynamics, preying on students' emotional instability.
This indie webtoon doesn't even have a good rating, which means people do know that the story is problematic.
You can still criticize it, but it's also been seen by 7 million people. Also, the rating is 7. What's the fucking rating? That's still high. It's also a lot of people looking at it. Also, whether they're not logged in. Well, they're not logged in, they're reading it. Some people just don't log into these things. I don't know. It's fine to criticize it because it's actually bad. I don't think we should allow... I don't think webtoons should allow a teacher and student who are in high school. By the way, high school students are minors. Just to remind you all. I don't think they should be having a comic like this on there. Hot take, I know. I mean, it's glorifying it too. I should preface that. That's like the relationship you want in the story. I don't think we should support that. I'm just saying. I don't know why are they defending this one? I'm sure there could have been like a better example of this. If this is the only example, just don't mention it. This is weird.
He just wishes the ratings were worse. Enough to reflect.
Dude, it's a 7 rate out of 10. Again, I can't... They got rid of the stars, so I can't cross-reference, but guess what dipshit facts he found the star rating? It took me a while, but I found it, and I will link where I found it too. The way it worked is that you would rate the webtoon a 1 out of 5 stars, and that would go towards a 10-star rating. The Fate is almost 8 stars. It's like a 7.68. That is 3 away. Oh, actually, almost 2 away from 10. It was liked. It was liked.
When the aforementioned dumbass preteen girls read crap like this, they're going to think it's perfectly acceptable. They're going to think it's totally fine to cling on to toxic relationships with people that you should not be looking at romantically. You're also catering this shit to kids and teens.
No one's gonna read this Canvas webtoon and think that
7 million people fucking read this thing. And also, yeah, they will. They will. Young people are impressionable. Hell, you're still pretty impressionable in like your very early adult years because you're still technically growing up. You're still growing up. It's a weird. Also, it's just weird to fucking defend this. You can't like just say it's bad. Like I don't understand why they are just defending this, like at all. I mean, two things can be Jack can be bad and this can be bad. Two things can be bad at the same time. Is it because Jack you don't like Jack? You're just gonna blindly defend this, which that's not good either. Fucking, I don't understand why. They are just defending this so hard. This comic is bad. This comic is bad. You know what angers me too? Is that later on, this person like they call out the fact that manga does like this shit too, and they're completely fine with criticizing that, but when Webtoon has it, they just start defending it. I don't understand that. Why are you dick writing Webtoon, which is a company by the way? It's under a conglomerate, you know, big company. Also, I like looking it up. Disney owns 2%. Of like, I think it's like stocks or something, or some business shit, I don't understand. But they own 2% of it. I just found that funny. I love it that Disney owns fucking almost everything, and we're in a dystopian fucking world at this point. Anyways, yeah, stop defending this. I don't understand. You don't like it when manga does it. You should also not like it when, you know, Webtoon does it, or manhwa does it, or whatever the fuck. You know, they're both bad.
it's not an official webtoon. It was published by
It doesn't matter if it's not an official Webtoon. It's still on their site. I can't even find this comments in the Webtoon. Was it taken down? Yeah, probably because it's bad, okay? Like, morally bad. Like, I don't know. I don't think Webtoons should be, like, supporting that. Or anyone, really. But it had a decent rating.
random people on the internet, just like how anyone can upload a YouTube video, and most people aren't influenced by random stories like this.
Okay, it's still like bad to have it. Again, this person also later on says that manga has it, which majority of those mangas that have like the weird pedo and incest stuff are nicher. They're not like in the big boy magazines or the big boy like websites and stuff. It doesn't matter if it's indie or not. Again, the manga that do that weird shit is also like indie. Is it like the Mega Milk meme? Like that's from an indie manga, and that's ancestral. That's the plot of it anyway. Like, isn't that indie? And people criticize that. Well, we can't criticize it because it's made by a random guy. Who cares? Also, there's videos on YouTube that get criticized for having really bad takes. It doesn't matter. Hey, Future Cam here. Their argument is so fucking stupid because I just fucking remembered that Shadman was an indie artist. I say was because I think he's like homeless and on drugs now. I don't think he's doing art currently. But people criticized his stuff because it was disgusting. So it doesn't matter if they're indie. If they're making gross content, they're making gross content, or they're making trash content, or whatever. You can critique anything. Oh my god, guys. Being an indie doesn't fucking protect you.
I also believe that even if a preteen girl was to read this, middle schoolers aren't dumb, because every human is born with their own personality and filter that shapes their values, which is why people who grow up in the same environment can turn out incredibly different. But let's just pretend that he has a point here.
I know, but it's also been proven that if you go down a certain rabbit hole of like certain things, that it can somewhat influence you. Okay, kids aren't dumb, but kids are still impressionable because they're still growing and everything's still like a new experience to them. That's my thing, is I don't know why this person defends it. Are you into it? You gotta be. There's no way.
The fan base of this comic is guaranteed to be nothing but hormone-enraged little girls whose only understanding of homosexuality is based off of yaoi anime and hentai. The dumbass girls, the stupid-ass little girls who just want to see...
He does need to stop saying girls a lot. It is somewhat annoying. But like, oh, a lot of people do generalize, which is annoying. So, like, you really shouldn't be generalizing.
This is evidently being specifically designed for fucking 12-year-old girls. Like, Webtoon fucking disgusts me with this shit, dude.
It's an indie. Again, probably not just trivial girls. It's probably just for anyone. It's like for everyone, unfortunately. That's the problem. That's kind of a big issue. It's just like just showing it for everyone, which includes kids. Is it the main thing? No. This is just weird. Also, I don't give a fuck if it's indie. Why that doesn't protect it. I mean, he's an indie creator because he makes YouTube videos, and you're fucking criticizing him. That does not matter. I hate this argument. I'm like, oh, it's indie, so you shouldn't criticize it. That's fucking stupid. That's a stupid argument. Anything can be criticized, okay? I don't care if it is like a small following. It can just be criticized. Why are you defending an incest comic? I don't understand why you could just find another one that he goes over that has really nothing wrong with it, but I guess they can't. I guess they're unable. I don't know why they can't also just like show, oh yeah, these webtoons have bad subject matter in it that glorifies bad things, but not all webtoon is like that. Here are some examples of some that are really good and really popular by indie creators that are not problematic. Side note, this is gonna sound really weird, but when I was in college, I took an anime class. I know that sounds wild. I love California. We're goofy over here, but I took I just called it an anime class. I forgot what the actual class was called, but it was a class where like we studied society basically through the lens of anime or art, through movies and shows, because art tends to reflect that culture's, cultural norms, society, and philosophies and all that stuff, as well as the individual artist. And we did go over BL, yaoi, boys love, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And we went over the fact that like a lot of yaoi and stuff can be pretty homophobic in its own way. And by that, like, it's always like certain tropes, it's always like certain stereotypes of like gay men. One person has to be the dominant, one person has to be the woman, quote unquote, or sub. I mean, it could be kind of homophobic at some point because of how awful these stereotypes could be. Maybe we shouldn't support this kind of stuff. And I'm gay. I want to read stories where it's like gay relationships, but like I'm not going to read one that has harmful stereotypes on it of gay men, of being like feminine and shit, because it's still a horrible stereotype. I know there's some men who are feminine, which is fine, but like when it comes to like stuff like this, you got to be like, you guys just have them like as people. Why do they got to fit in these like weird boxes? Okay, it gets like kind of fetishy. Actually, it is kind of fetishy. It's not kinda, it is fetishy. That's my problem with it. Yeah, again, I don't know. Also, this is incest. I just remembered, this is incest. This is a whole layer of this fucked up, and this person just blindly defends it. I don't know why this person can't just find, other webtoons to show an example, like, hey guys, not all webtoons are like this. Here's a bunch that don't do this shit. To show that webtoons isn't filled with garbage, but they don't do that. So I just start thinking like, oh, is all of webtoon just like this then? Because they're not showing proof of anything else, which I know there isn't. That's impossible. There has to be like webtoons and comics on the webtoons platform that don't do this shit, that are decent and way better stories, gay stories and stuff. But this is not one, dog. This is not good. I don't like this.
I don't know if you know this, Jack, but there are a billion other things girls would rather be doing, like watching My Little Pony, Pokemon, makeup tutorials.
I thought we're not generalizing. Why are we generalizing now? I don't know about you, but like when I was a teenager or 12 and stuff, and I had some female friends who were like into like anime and stuff, they would read really weird fanfics. Again, not all of them. Obviously, not every fucking person's the same, but it definitely happens. Definitely is a thing.
Tutorials, or literally anything else kids do these days. Minecraft, TikTok, Lego.
He looked.
Dog. Kids have access to the internet. They can stumble upon anything. They can stumble upon anything, especially if their parents are not like watching. I guess it's harder if they're like teenagers, because you should give teenagers some like a little bit independence, a little bit privacy. But it's still, dude, the internet is not nice. It's not for kids. A lot of it's not for kids because there's no places for kids to go. That's the thing. There's not many places for kids to actually just go, like we did back in the day. I had like Club Penguin, at least Club Penguin and Pop Tropica and all that stuff was like more. I had more monetization. So like, where are they gonna go? Roblox? Oof. Like they're gonna go and read stuff. Watch and read stuff, especially since it's so accessible. Again, I'm not for like censorship, but at least there should be like warnings. At the very least, there should be warnings. I also don't like incest being glorified. A hot take, I know. Hot take. Piping hot take. I can't talk.
He also made a video on a Canvas webtoon to aggressively convince the creator to post their work on multiple sites.
This guy spread his weight out, and thusly, he got more of a following. You have not done that at all. You need to do that. It's the friggin' year 2024, boys, and you only posting your work in one platform is just not going to fly. This is kind of just a video edited scolding.
I don't know why you did that. Nobody asked you.
I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, unless they have like a contract with Webtoon that can only post there, you should post on multiple places if you're making like a comic or your art in general. You should be on multiple places because multiple platforms have like different algorithms and different like, I guess, environments. That's the best words I can think of. Environments where some things do do better than others. I don't. Well, I stopped posting to Twitter because the whole image thing. But my art never got any likes on Twitter. But it gets likes on like Blue Sky. I have a better chance on Blue Sky. It's still small, but it's still a significant difference to me. From 0 to some. That's a difference to me. Same with like how TikTok is a lot easier to post and gain like followings and stuff. Because it's the algorithm is just way better to meet the audience that you're trying to get. YouTube has its own thing. All these platforms have their different things. When it comes to comics, certain ones, obviously, Webtoon's not the best one. There are like some Webtoon like artists who are on the Canvas thing that have talked about how small pay and actual engagement that they actually do get on there. And comparatively speaking to other comic sites like Global Comics and Namikami, where those are way better sites for you for your comic. The algorithm and like the community is just better for those types of things. You'll find better success on those platforms. You're not gonna make it popular, you know. Get a little bit reasonable with yourselves, but you have a better chance. We're like, also you could just straight up sell like per issue on Global Comics. I'm very new to both of them, so I don't know how Namikami works with theirs. I know like with Global Comics, you can sell like digital issues or digital volumes and stuff through Global Comics, or have them for free. And I'm pretty sure they have like an option to, when uploading, you could do the long scroll format. So they have that option. I don't know about Namikami. I would be surprised if they didn't. You could also probably just be able to do it in their settings. I wouldn't be surprised if they do just have that as an option, because they have both Western and manga style orientations on their site, and Webtoon style comics are popular. So I wouldn't be surprised. So you can still like have other options besides Webtoon. Webtoon's is terrible to the user base, terrible to their artists, like where they can barely even like pay ends meet with their comics and stuff. I don't know. I wouldn't support Webtoon that much as like a company if they can't even respect like the people that bring them in. It's like when people like complain about YouTube not giving a fuck about their creators. It's still a valid critique.
You know why I know Jack is an entitled elitist? He calls his subscribers fans.
My loyal fans were.
This is such a weird critique. Like, I get what they're trying to say. Oh, he calls his followers fans, so he's egotistical. But like, a fan is just someone who keeps coming back for whatever, right? Like, I'm a fan of Vinesauce, so I go back to his channel to watch his stuff. That's what a fan does. This is such a weird argument. Why does this matter? I don't understand. This is nothing. I think some of these nitpicks are just to pen out the time, which you don't need to do that. There's enough to talk about him that gets you over like 10 minutes. Why does this matter? People have fans. Yeah, this is such a weird thing to say. This is nothing. This is a nothing burger, this argument.
Okay, so he basically tried to take a bunch of Webtoons down and then got bullied by the Webtoons fan base in the form of spam emails and YouTube copy strikes. It's just hard to feel bad for a guy who told someone to kill themselves over a Webtoon he admitted no one should take seriously.
No, I'm not joking. I'm not fucking joking at all. Actually fucking kill yourself.
It does suck that he lost the revenue those videos generated, but then again, all he did was produce low-effort reaction content, so I don't think he should feel entitled to that money.
Two things could be wrong at the same time. Him making low effort content, yeah, it's garbage. But also, he shouldn't be harassed either. Like, two things to be bad at the same time. You shouldn't harass people like that. I don't know. I don't remember the ones he got taken down. I don't think it's him even took them down. I think people just also saw how garbage it was and just fucking reported it because they glorify like really bad things, and they got taken down. Was that him? I don't know. Where's the proof of that? I don't know. But he also shouldn't be harassed. Even if it was because of him, he shouldn't be harassed either. He shouldn't be harassed. No one should be harassed. That's why I'm not really fucking showing the YouTuber of this one, because I don't want them to get harassed. Two wrongs don't make a right, boys.
My mom really enjoyed this drama. I didn't watch it because I thought the lead was too old. Please don't hate me. I know she's like the most famous actress in Korea, but I was a preteen, as Jack likes to call it.
Oh, you're 12? Well, that's okay. At least now you know that it's wrong to view a woman who's over the age of 30 as not in her prime, quote unquote.
The lead in My Love from the Star was pretending to go to college. She was like 30 years old.
God damn it, what the hell we just talked about? I don't know what the hell this person's talking about, by the way. I thought maybe the show had like some kind of plot thing where the character she plays pretends to go to college, but that's not in there. Because I read plot summaries, that doesn't happen. And the actress herself went to college and graduated with a master's when she was like 30. Like, not pretending to go to college. Like, she just straight up went to college. So I don't know what the fuck this person's talking about. Also, I don't think I need to explain that this weird ageist thing against women. Isn't like a patriarchal thing about like, oh, women aren't like good anymore after they turn 30? Isn't that like a misogynistic like view? Didn't you like not like misogyny? I'm so confused.
Explaining how manga is better than webtoons for like-minded manga elitists because they can't stand personal preferences and require everyone to agree that mangas are objectively better than webtoons.
Whenever I talk to people IRL about this, comparing manhwa and manga together,
I don't like this argument either. Like, their comics are comics are comics. I get that, but they have different like styles, like formatting and everything. Like I'm making a manga, you know, because I'm doing it the formatting and tropes and everything. Oh, shonen tropes. So there is a difference. They're like subcategories at this point. So there is somewhat of a difference. But there's different like types of comics, you know. There's Western comics, and by that you can even subclass that one into like American superhero comics or European graphic novels and so on and so on. Sunday newspaper comics, there's still like subcategories. There is somewhat of a difference. I mean, I think of webtoons, I kind of think of the site and the scrolling down type. Or manhwa, like scrolling down, I thought like manhwa would just be like comic that is from Korea, and I'm sure it has its formatting quirks, how manga has its formatting quirks, and you know, Western comics have their formatting quirks and tropes depending on the country. So I mean, there is somewhat of a difference. Again, my manga is going to be in English because I speak English. I don't really speak another language. I'm not fluent in another language. I still call it a manga because I'm doing the manga format and style and the shonen manga tropes and shit. So I call it a manga. Is it a webcomic technically? Yes. If someone wants to make a manhwa and they speak English, it's still a manhwa. I'll call it a manhwa if that's the format they're going for.
Has he ever watched a Japanese drama before? Because there are a lot of student-teacher relationships in that industry.
Yeah, they do, and they're both bad. They're both bad. Both are bad. Both are bad at the same time. Does he not know what he's talking about? No, he does not know what he's talking about. But you are defending the other comics, so I don't think you're much better. You're not much better than him. You are doing the same thing. It's just, except it being manga and Japanese media, it's just random webtoons. You're still like condoning it in a way because you're not saying it's bad. They don't. It's so weird because they say it's bad for like this culture to do it, but it's not bad for the other culture to do it. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Like, what is happening in Kuzu no Honkai? Qu'est-ce que j'attendais de... I don't know what that means.
I don't know why you're reading fucking comments. The plot was just written for you up there. Or go on Wikipedia and read the plot and understand what the fuck's going on. Why are you reading comments? I just realized they just found like a random Japanese drama and just did not watch it and just doesn't... It's the same thing that Jack did. That they criticized Jack for doing. I mean, at least like they're reading like comments, I guess, but why are you reading the comments? Go on like Wikipedia or something that says like the entire plot. Get your information from there. That's a quick read. Why are you reading the comments? Anyways, yeah, I mean, yeah, Japanese dramas are they're not any better. I get it. Every culture has bad media. What a shocker. Again, I don't like people dick writing, you know, Japanese culture either, because you shouldn't dick write stuff like this. Not one thing is better than the other.
How Jack convinces us that manga is better than webtoons. How the little brother who turned into a girl became his big brother.
You have to be finding this shit. I don't even know how fucking people find... Well... Okay, never mind. I do know how to find this stuff. It's just that I don't. Because I don't want to read this. Unless it's me shitting on it. Because I like to torture myself. And also, it's just me and my friends will also just, like, read these things to torture ourselves and to fucking make fun of it. But, like, you have to be actually finding this shit. It's not mainstream. But also, it's still bad. You know, this person was like, oh, you know, it's just a random indie one. You know, it's not on the Canvas thing. Again, hence, it's not popular. So why are you making fun of it? This isn't that popular. I had never heard of this one. So why is it a concern? Using the same logic they have, you can still criticize stuff. For me, both are bad. Both are bad. You know, they're both weird. It's weird if you like this stuff. It's weird. I don't like it. I don't know why this person just... I mean, they did say, like, both cultures are bad, but they don't like, criticize the webtoon ones. They're only going to criticize the manga ones, which, again, it should be criticized anyway, but they don't do the same thing in regards to, like, webtoons. They defend it. I don't understand. You're being hypocritical here.
His girlfriend? I can't believe he put this in the video. The webtoon
I also don't know the fucking context of him putting it in the video, because they don't show it. So, I don't know if he's also criticizing it, because it doesn't say what he's saying about it.
Jack also included this disturbing clip for some reason.
Nobunaga Sensei's young bride, a middle school teacher that meets a 14-year-old time-traveling child bride from the Edo period of Japan, who really, really, really wants to have babies with that grown adult
This is also a very strange thing. It is weird. I would never watch shit like this. This is creepy as fuck.
The child in question immediately strips in front of him, demands to have that grown man's children. The little girl gets upset and complains about how stupid age of consent laws are. It's not like like webtoons and manhwa are much better. I just told you the thing about My Stepmom. How about The King and the Paladin? A manhwa that is literally just about a girl that violates a guy. How about Jinx? The manhwa that is literally just about a rich MMA fighter taking advantage of a poor person. That's the lowest point of online webcomics and webtoons.
What do you mean webtoons aren't much better? Those webtoons are so much better.
Are you being held up by gunpoint to read these? You can write. Why can't you find something? Again, they don't like say that doesn't have it in that one, the princess and the, not princess, the paladin and the knight, where the fuck it's called, the king and the paladin. They're not saying it doesn't have that, because they don't ever say that. So I'm guessing that is what it's about. You can't find, just give an example of webtoons or manhwa or where the fuck not doing this, the showcased, hey, they're not all like this, but they don't. So I'm either here left to think it's being presented like, yes, they're all like that, so therefore it's fine because it's not kids. They're both bad. Two things to be bad at the same time. I don't know why they can't just give an example. It just makes it seem like they can't find anything that doesn't showcase that. But that's impossible. There has to be some like romantic stuff, romantic manhwa or webtoon or manhwa style comics that don't do this, but they don't showcase that. So I'm only here left to believe that there isn't any, and they're both bad. They are both bad things. Bad things being glorified as bad.
What happened to protecting the preteen girls? All of these works are complete trash, obviously, but I would take stepmom romance or possible adult violation any day over whatever the fuck Nobunaga Sensei's young bride is.
Again, you're not forced to read these. You can't find anything better on webtoons. There has to be something better. You could find better shit. What the fuck? Ah, yes. I'd rather see an adult get raped than a kid. I don't want to see either. That's my take. I don't want to see either. And it being glorified. Again, I don't want to see either. That's a key thing. Glorification. You know, because I'll read stuff like Berserk, which that's not glorified in there. The stuff that's fucking happens in there is not glorified. It's shown as being like absolutely horrible and disgusting. But these glorify it. Both the where the fuck this anime is and the fucking the manhwa / webtoons, where the fuck they're glorifying it, and you just, well, that one's better because it's not happening to a kid. Dude, they're both bad. They are both bad, and you don't have to read that. There are a million other options to read that are romance, that are gay romances, whatever, that don't do this. But you're here saying like, well, I'll read the other one because I'd have no other choice. You have a choice, dog. Maybe you just like it. This doesn't make any sense. Just show an example of one that doesn't do this to showcase that manhwa and webtoons are not all like this. But they don't. So I'm just like, well, they all like this then? I mean, I know they're not because I'm not going to generalize like that. But it's just so weird that they just defend. No, they're not much better. Poop or pee? I don't want the poop, so I'll take the pee. You don't have to have either, dog.
An anime that normalizes sexual relationship between a child and an adult. Again, Webtoon would never publish something like this. Sexual exploitation of minors is not normalized in South Korea.
Yeah, but sexual exploitation in general is still fucking, I guess, fine. You know, adults can get affected by this too, right? Like, yeah, it's more tragic when it happens to a kid, but like, it's still bad either way. I don't know why they're just defending it. It's so bizarre to me that they would just defend sexual abuse in general. Because that's what they're doing. They're both bad. Both are bad. Manga doing it and like manhwa doing it is bad. Hot take, I know. Wild that I'll be against, you know, sexual abuse being glorified in general would be bad. I don't like it. Oh.
Do not compare lookism to true beauty. They are not counterparts just because there is a difference in gender.
I don't think that's what they're comparing them to. I think it's because the same subject matter. One is just about a guy, and the other one's about a girl, and they go through the same kind of thing where like it's about like, you know, inner beauty. That's like the thing. That's what they're being compared to.
As you can see, Chalupa is a tamer version of Jack in some ways.
I don't know why now it just became a Chalupa video. Now it's just a Chalupa video. I thought this video was about Jack. I don't know why we're hopping on Chalupa for so long. Get back to the subject. Get focused again.
And then he goes too far. He calls him a...
Can you not? What the fuck is wrong with him?
Dude, it's a joke. Calm down. It's a joke. You don't have to like the humor.
To think that someone like blacklightjack has so many like-minded and short-sighted companions, including people who make some of the same type of rage bait content, like this guy.
Manhwas are kind of the slop of fiction, and the same thing applies to manhwas, because if you take the best series from every major medium, such as for example anime, manga, manhwas, and light novels, manhwas would come in dead last. I don't see the pinnacle of manhwas being able to compete with the pinnacle of light novels. The only time I would say manhwas are better is when it comes to consuming mid-series.
See, I can't take you seriously when you show no examples of the best manga after saying the top manhwa can't compete with the top manga. These guys are just rage baiting.
Well, don't worry, because people aren't going to get influenced by this guy's video. It's like how people don't get influenced by manhwa that glorifies teacher and student relationships. Oh wait, they can? Anyway, I don't really care. This person obviously is just trying to rage bait. Don't fall for it. Ignore it. It's a dog shit opinion. I get it. Yeah. And obviously, there are good manhwa. I just have not found many because you have to hunt for it, man. Sometimes you gotta hunt for them.
Okay. What does he mean by the manhwa format? He doesn't actually think that manhwas are Korean webtoons, right? He can't be.
Isn't that what they are, though? Manhwa is the general Korean term for comics and printed cartoons. The author or artist of manhwa is called a manhwaga. I don't know if I'm correct pronouncing that correctly. They take on the task of creating a Korean comic that fits a certain format. Oh, there you go. Creating a comic that fits a certain format. Well, that solves that argument. Never mind. There is a certain format. Webtoons tend to be structured differently in the way they are meant for scrolling. Tend to be structured differently for scrolling, where manga is meant to be looked at page by page. Manhwa, unlike their manga counterpart, is often in color when posted on the internet, but in black and white when in a print format. Makes sense. You have kind of more options for online. Printing in color is quite expensive. Yeah, manhwa format. There is a certain format. Again, all these different types, all these countries, when they have like their own versions of comics, have like their own way of making comics. A comic strip is its own format. You know, to go for like Western stuff. Comic strip is different from like a graphic novel. They both have different formatting. Webtoons has a different format from manga. You know, they all have different formats.
And this guy.
The invention of the webtoon format is the single biggest downgrade to the comic book of its entire history. It just never comes close to the experience of reading an actual book. The only leg up webtoons have on manga is their inclusion of color. Why exactly are webcomics like this? Can't we just have digital comic books? I really just hate seeing such a beautiful storytelling medium forced to conform itself to the hyper-convenience of a phone.
Kagashi? I think his name's Kagashi. He went back on like his criticism of webtoons like later on, because it's on this same channel. It made like a year ago. This person doesn't show that. Like, he kind of took back these criticisms, so he like learned and said like, I watched this guy. Me and my friends got really mad at some point because like this person started kind of molding the narrative into their own, making it seem like some of these people they think they make it seem like these people do think this way, when some of them have like either took back their words and have given more praise to manhwa or whatever. And it made us like realize, maybe they're manipulating stuff in another way to get us to think. Like, Jack still like deserves criticism, like he does, but like when you start doing stuff like this, it makes me question now the rest of your video, because again, he went back, he revisited the subject, and I think he was also fine with like the scrolling. He understood it and other stuff, and understand the color and all that. So like, again, and that was like posted a year ago. This person had plenty of time to find that and like realized, oh, this person changed their opinion. So putting this video in here does nothing, because he doesn't stand by those anymore. This is a bad example, mate. Or you're just trying to manipulate me, which is also pretty scummy.
It's not like people hate anime because of their representation of women, or the obnoxious fan service, or...
I don't know what... I don't watch My Hero, but my fucking roommate, who does, said that a lot of women like this character. So... I don't know what the problem is. Also, she's an adult, so I don't really give a fuck. What's wrong with this? I don't understand. Can a woman look good, or does she have to cover up? I don't understand anymore. I don't understand. Also, see, that's just tights, by the way. These are just tights, aren't they? It's not like her skin, because their skin's this color. Aren't these just tights? Yeah, it's tights. What's wrong with that? I don't understand. It looks like a cool design.
Because of that one prevalent perverted...
No one likes him. No one likes him. No one likes this character. Men and women, non-binary, all of them.
The guys who make these type of videos always conveniently ignore major problems with manga.
People who... sorry, what did you say?
The guys who make these type of videos always conveniently ignore major...
Conveniently ignore problems in manga, that's what they're gonna say.
Problems with manga?
Yeah, even though... That one I understand. Anyways, they leave out the problems with manga, even though this video that you've showed earlier before calls out the problem with manga. Actually, Chalupa does it quite often. I've seen his video on Rent a Girlfriend. Like, he gets so angry in that video. You can't just say that and then have this screenshot up and like say he's not criticizing manga's problems with all this incest and shit. He obviously does talk about it. What the fuck are you doing? Now it's just getting manipulative, and you're just actually molding the story into your own. You're just as bad. Both Jack and this person are just bad. At this point, it's mainly just a webtoon manhwa dick writing. He talks about it. He criticizes manga, and you're putting this as an example for this. This is your evidence. It goes against what you're saying. He isn't conveniently keeping out. He actually talks about it. Chalupa talks about it like a lot.
When claiming that they're better than webtoons, because they are the target demographic of manga and anime.
Again, target demographic sometimes does not mean anything. Again, a lot of women like shonen manga. When I go to conventions, there's a lot of women who like cosplay the characters from shonen anime. A lot of my female friends liked Naruto. All my female girls like One Piece, Bleach, Dragon Ball. You know, a lot of girls do like it. Not the target audience. I mean, now it's just for everyone now. Shonen anime is like for everyone now, since that one is supposed to be targeted for guys, quote unquote. Stupid argument.
You would not see women in mainstream webtoons portrayed the way they are in mainstream manga.
What about Dan? Dan is mainstream. Momo kicks ass, and so does her grandma. Also, Ira and like the other female characters, they kick ass. One Piece is also a good example, especially like modern One Piece. Like, what are you talking about?
To say all of this to convince you that webtoons are in fact better than manga, because I'm not interested in that conversation. I just thought it was absurd how everyone—
I mean, you defended the fuck out of glorification of sexual abuse. I'm just saying. You actually, no, you did say it was better. You said earlier that, like, oh, manga does this, so the webtoons that also do it in a similar fashion are better. You did just straight up say that.
Choose with manga, so all they can say is plagiarism, guys. Except for Jack. Jack is the only one who actually brought up some issues with manga. See, I told you he has some redeeming qualities. Jack, you can't just leave webtoons out of your title. Manga is better than what?
It's in the tags. In the description, it's in the tags.
I thought you were trying to get views.
I don't get that joke. I think they're like playing a bit, but I don't get the bit. He didn't do that, guys, even though you've shown examples of him also calling out manga, so I don't get the joke. Also, he has it in the tags in that video. He has webtoons and manhwa in the tags in the description, so I'm done with this. Done with this video. I'm done with this video. I have to go now. I gotta go pick up my roommate so he doesn't get harassed by a crackhead. Anyways, goodbye. That was fun.